Welcome to the Dean's Corner. My name is Golden Wright, and I have the pleasure of serving as Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communication at Lamar University. Our college is a vibrant, creative hub, home to talented students, dedicated staff, and accomplished faculty. COFAC hosts more than 200 events each year, from performances and exhibitions to screenings and lectures. There's always something inspiring happening. On the Dean's Corner, we will give you an inside look at creativity, collaboration, and innovation taking place. On this episode, I am joined by Joel Grothe, Chair of the Department of Theater and Dance. We will discuss the upcoming productions in the theater and dance season. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I really appreciate you joining me on the Dean's Corner. And I know there's lots of exciting things happening in theater and dance. I know you just finished half the season with Ugly Lies the Bone, Importance of Being Earnest, and Fall Recovery. Those were really exciting, and I'm excited to hear what you got going on in the spring.
So the first production we have is called Middletown. It's a play by Will Eno. It's a little over 10 years old, and I'll be directing it. I saw a production of it at the Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago when I was visiting a friend, one of the first productions of it, and was very taken with it, and it's a play I've always wanted to do. And there's some reasons that it really serves our population. We have a lot of new students, particularly in theater, that started in the fall, and so it provides some opportunities for some of our upper level classmen to have some larger roles, but also some nice roles for the new students to get integrated into what we do. I think it's a nice mixture of comedy and serious, and we do tend to focus on contemporary work. So it's a fairly new play. It was produced in Houston a few years ago, but I think it's something our audience, which is mainly our students, can make a connection with.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the story without giving anything away?
Spoilers? Sure. It's based on a fictional town, Middletown. I've actually stayed in Middletown, Ohio, but it's not the town it's based on.
How was your stay?
It was nice.
Okay.
The people are friendly. But it's kind of, our students describe it as an evil version of Our Town.
Wow.
So the famous Thornton Wilder play, Our Town, which is set kind of in the typical American town, small town, how people interact with each other. I wouldn't say it's evil. I would just say it is indicative of a lot of the life that happens in a small town, which can sometimes be funny and sometimes makes us think about why we're here and why we're alive and what we're doing.
So you're directing it?
I'm directing it, yes.
So when you see a play like that and then you decide to direct it, where do inspirations come from? Do you use any of the inspirations from things you saw previously? Does it all draw from what you've done currently? Is it stuff that you're going a completely different direction with it?
Well, generally, when it's a new play, you try to honor even though the chances that the playwright's going to come are pretty small, you do try to honor their script. And it is, if it's something that was written 500 years ago, you might take more liberties with interpreting it and how you're going to make it relevant. But you understand that the playwright has a pretty contemporary version and has a good sense of what they're trying to do. And so, the actors make choices. Those are actors' choices, and they can have informed choices. There's not been a ton of productions of this play, so it's not like you can go back and look at all the choices somebody made playing Hamlet over the years and things like that. And for me, it's really from a logistical point of view. Is the setting something we can create in our space effectively? If we have to have a big scene change, that's a real setback, obviously. And so some of it is that kind of stuff. Can you keep the play moving? Are the students going to relate to it? I mean, I'll say, in the auditions, I haven't laughed that hard in auditions here, maybe ever.
That's funny.
So you kind of look at, is it going to suit us well, Right.
Well, you were talking about the space. Our studio theater, a black box theater, gives you quite a flexible way to be able to use the space, but it's also limited because of the space that's there.
Yeah.
And so depending on how you set the audience up, you can set that up for success, which would be quite a bit different in our university theater and a proscenium.
Yeah, I mean they both have advantages and disadvantages. I think that the studio theater, most of the professional theaters in Houston, other than like the Alley, are actually repurposed buildings.
Right.
And so like Main Street Theater used to be a dry cleaner. The fourth wall was an art studio. And so when a lot of those people come here and teach classes, they're very envious of that space because it's a little larger. However, you don't have a lot of wing space. You can't do a lot of scene changes. You have the option to do that in the university theater, but you have other issues. The audience is so far away. You have a large house, things like that you have to negotiate, based on the kind of play that you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, most of the plays I've seen in the studio theater actually are very personal.
Mm-hmm.
And so being close, you really get an opportunity to interact, whether it be with applause or laughter, or with those actors.
Well, and it's also, there's a very famous production of Shakespeare's Macbeth that had Ian McKellen in it that was done in a space very similar to that. And it's a different experience, A lot of times classical plays get done in a larger space, but it can be really fun to do something just having the audience closer, right. Even though there's other logistical challenges to doing that. So.
Sure. We've got two other shows on the season. One of them, it's a little different.
Correct.
The Next Draft Student Work Series. So what does that consist of?
So we have 3 different works in progress. And this is, again, a part of our initiative to focus on creating new work and supporting new work. We've done a number of world premieres in the last couple of years. Kate Brennan's play that she did here last year just got published, so our students will go in the script as in the first production of that.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, it's great. And so this is an opportunity. I had a class in the fall that's called Artist-Driven Works, where students are learning to create their own work. And so we're giving them an opportunity to showcase it in our season with a little help from a Houston area playwright who's going to help them produce it. And then we'll probably have some people come in and help them with the staging and the logistics and everything at the end. But, for actors in the competitive business that we work in now, it's really a way to get people to see you, is to create your own work and have them go say, oh, I could cast this person.
Well, I'd love to have you back on later on
Sure.
and on another episode. Talking about those 3 works and the students that are involved with it. But you also have Dance Unleashed, which is a faculty dance concert that takes place.
We have Dance Unleashed, and we have our guest artist this semester is Billy Hawkins. He's from Georgia. And I don't know a lot about Billy. I've talked to him. He's very exciting to talk to. And so I'm interested. He has a very specific kind of technique that he teaches with, and we're interested to see how he's going to integrate that into his choreography. But we're excited to have him along with the rest of our faculty who will be presenting. I don't know what they'll be doing yet, but that happens the same time every year.
Being a part of that and being a dance faculty myself, a lot of times you have to wait to auditions because
right.
you may have an idea for a large ensemble and you have a smaller group that auditions or vice versa. So you want to provide opportunities for all of the students that are involved with that specifically. So in doing stuff, how do you select a guest artist? What does that process look like, whether it be on the theater side, the dance side?
Well, I think that there's a couple of different avenues for that. It does tend to be, I don't want to select somebody just based on a piece of paper or even just a casual conversation. And, sometimes you miss. Sometimes you get somebody and you really think they're going to be great, and it doesn't work. And so at the same time, you don't want to just bring in people that you know over and over again, because you want the message to be different and you want the point of view to be different. And so there's a number of different avenues. A lot of people that we bring in theater are from the Houston area. They're people that I've worked with, people that Professor Brinks and some of our design faculty have worked with. I would say the same is true with the dance side, and some of the people now that we're getting come through AIM Dance, and they've done the residency in the Summerfest kind of thing, or they've done an application for it, and maybe they were or weren't selected, but you also want somebody in that capacity who can offer something choreographically that our faculty doesn't necessarily.
Right.
And so you're trying to find a balance, and it's just, there's not really a science to it, I would say, but I'm interested in finding ways to. We've pulled from a pretty good pool over the years. I'm interested in expanding that and doing some things this year where I can go meet some people and work with some other people. So.
I love that idea of bringing in guest artists that complement your faculty, that not necessarily replicate what they're strong at, but bringing in other people who will enhance that educational experience for our artists.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. There's people who are really talented artists who don't work well on a college campus, and vice versa. And so, the educational experience is very, very important. The product is important too, but the process is very important also.
Well, there's a great faculty. The staff there is amazing and supporting it. Lots of talented students. There's lots of wonderful things coming out of the Department of Theater and Dance. I want to thank you for joining us on the Dean's Corner.
Thank you. Middletown will be February 19th through the 22nd, and you can get your tickets at lamar.edu/theater and dance.
I can't wait to see it. Thanks again.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Golden.
Thank you for joining me on the Dean's Corner. It's always a pleasure to share the incredible work happening in the College of Fine Arts and Communication. To learn more about the sights and sounds happening in the College of Fine Arts and Communication, visit us at lamar.edu/COFAC. Until next time on the Dean's Corner, express it, perform it, say it. Your voice matters.